Hello and welcome back to Super Sunday here for the AXLE Racing Forza Fantasy League. It's Sunday at Spa-Francorchamps. We're in the GT cars. We've had our qualifying, we've had our sprint race. It's now time for the main event. It's time for the feature race. Maximum points are awarded, 22 points for first place, 2 points for fastest lap, and multiples of 2 all the way down to 14th position. So many points up for grabs for all cars of all classes today. There is, however, double the amount of laps. We're doing a 10 lap feature race of Spa today. There will be one mandatory pit stop. Obviously no mandatory tyre set, so obviously the quickest way to do it is soft, which we shall probably be doing. Looming clouds today in the afternoon here at Spa-Francorchamps. Hopefully no rain on the radar. The drivers will have to be alert for that, just in case it does come to fruition. But we'll be keeping an eye on things, and let's hope for a dry, clean and quick race. So with all of that said, as always in this championship, qualifying has absolutely no meaning here. Basically down to the rules of the game, and the grid is completely randomised for the race. Once again, we almost had our first podium finish by a Group 4 car yesterday in the sprint race, which would have been something quite impressive to see. It did also cause a little bit of chaos going into turn 1, as to be expected at Spa in a multi-class race, especially when the grid is almost upside down. So let's see what it does today. Taking positions. It's a rolling start. It looks like once again we are in the top quarter of the grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 3, 2, 1, and it's lights out, and away we go. We're looking for a gap down the middle here. The Mustang GT fantastically away off the line so far. Oh, a little bit of contact, not sure whether that's come from in front or behind. But we have stayed in 5th position, and for some reason we've got a half a second penalty. It's not going to cause too much damage to our race as long as we don't let other people get away too far like we did yesterday. 7 seconds down the road was the leader when we got into 2nd position. Granted, he managed to extend that all the way up to 9 seconds come the end of the race. And there, as we head down Radion for the first time, moving up into 4th position, you can see the thunderclouds looming in the background, ever so dangerously threatening the conditions of this race. Is it going to stay dry? Is it going to, or is the rain going to come down? Oh, what a move from the McLaren. Caught me a little bit unaware there. I wasn't ready for him to dive through on the outside going down into this section, but like I said yesterday, this is the part of the track where we're losing the most amount of time, and I just think it's because I can't get the car rotated enough or carry enough speed through the corners. We've certainly got the power in the faster sections, that's for sure. I just don't want to let these cars get away. It's only a 10 lap race today. It is a very long lap, as we know. You know, 2.5 minutes a lap here, on average, for most cars. Most cars in this class, anyway. These soft tyres just not firing up the way we want them to today. I feel like we're getting caught in the turbulent air of the McLaren ahead. And we can't really let them get away. We do need to push on with this. And they are all Group 3s, I've just realised. They're all Group 3 cars ahead of us. They will be backing off into this section, as we know, as we should as well. We'll follow them quite nicely through. Are we going to make a move? We're going to look to make a move. We're making the move. Really hard on the brakes there into the final chicane. A little bit of contact from the McLaren. I don't think he expected it, and he's certainly not happy about it. Whew. But we've made the move, and we are back up into P4 as we start lap 2 of Spa. Oh, we've looked down the inside, but the gap was just never going to be there, was it? The gap was never going to be there. A little bit of contact, but no penalty made. It's now a drag race down the hill towards Eau Rouge. And we do have the power over the GT3 cars to make it stick and claim the place. We're really making up for last week's race here. Nobody's going to bully us out of this one. And up Radion we go once again. That is getting dark. Second place is a couple of seconds up the road, and first place is just extending their lead up to 6 seconds from where we currently sit. Will it be 4 once we get into second? Who knows? The other crucial question to be asking soon is how are we going to pit? Where are we going to pit? When are we going to pit? I think because of how the start of this race has gone, we're going to need to look for a fairly normal strategy. Wait for the gaps to appear. I can see some gaps appearing behind us, but I don't know if we'll come out into that gap of clean air or if we'll be forced into traffic, because you could get stuck with a load of Group 4 traffic, and that will really shave some seconds off of your lap times and let the other cars get away. Patient with this car. It doesn't like these tight turns here around the back of the circuit. Just got to leave it in third, got to let it go. Short shift up through fourth so we can get the power down onto the back straight now. Yeah, they've just extended their lead ever so slightly over us this lap as we start to find our feet and as we start to settle down into the race. I'm not as worried because, like I say, it is a longer race. We have got pit stops to make. There will be traffic eventually. Oh, and second place is already in. He's already decided to go for his pit stop nice and early, as has first place as well. Whew, it seems quite a few cars have decided to go for the early pit stop. I don't know whether we should match them or whether we should stay out and push on for as long as we can. Let the car get nice and light and loose, because they are going to come out into what seems like a bit of traffic, but there is also a lot of cars coming into the pit lane now as well. So, are they going to get held up? Are they not? The car behind is currently sitting at just under 5 seconds away, or 5 seconds away now exactly, as we get to the end of Radion. Down the gears, 6, 5, 4, 3, through the chicane. Let's keep our foot in because somebody found the time and speed to go around the outside of us there. So from what I can see on the map as well, it also looks like we've got Group 1, 2, 3 and 4 running first, second, third and fourth, which is quite a turnout for the books. We'd love for it to finish this way, but you just know that the Group 3 cars fantastically away today. It's been a you know, those Group 3 cars on the right track, the GT3s are just as fast as the GT2s. Obviously it was the GT2 car that won last week, but I can't see him on the leaderboard yet. He's very quick. We know what he's capable of. We know how quick that car is. So what this stint is all about is making sure we maximise the amount of time we spend making a gap to the cars behind. Just having a look behind us here, it looks like they have found free air on the track. The GT3 cars are pitted ahead of us, so if there is that free air there, we'll probably be looking to take advantage of it as well. But not yet. Not yet, he says. So we come out of the final corner for the final time to complete lap 3. We're now into lap 4 of this race. Some of us are still waiting for the rain, the clouds are looming. Depends where you look. Sometimes the sky's blue, sometimes it's not. It just describes the weather in general. I'm sorry, that was very vague. But look, we're getting down to the end of our fuel reserves now already. We have been running very light this race. It won't be the end of this lap. I'm going to take the plunge and go for the end of next lap and hope that we've got the tyres to stick it out. The cars behind us still haven't made their pit stops yet either. I assume they will go soon. If not, they will also go the same time as us. I can't see anyone going much later than lap 6 into this race before making a pit stop. If we go at the end of lap 5 into lap 6, that still gives us a few laps to make up any difference, make up some time, get the car warmed up again and make some overtakes if possible. And if needed as well. We have actually been breaking away from second place this whole time, so whether we manage to maintain this lead after the pit stops is yet to be seen. Thankfully no penalties there, that was just a warning. This is where we lose the most time. Whoa. Lost a lot of time there, and we lost another second of time. I feel like we may be struggling on tyres and we are losing time to the car behind, which is now a Group 2 car. Is this or is this not the time? I don't know if he's going to pit. I assume he probably will. Oh, we're struggling. I'm going to take the gamble, seeing as we're racking up the time penalties. And I'm going to make the pit stop now. There we are, into the pits. And so is everyone behind us by the looks of things, apart from a ballsy little Group 4 car who's decided to stay out. There we go, right, needs to be a quick one. 3.5 seconds, just under 3.3 seconds for the pit stop. Not too bad, we say. And we have stayed ahead of the Group 2 car that was chasing us down. There is going to be some traffic on exit. Is this going to be for the win? It looks like it will be. They are 2 Group 3 cars. They could possibly very well be the 2 Group 3 cars that we was battling with or chasing down at the start of this race before the pit stops happened. The good thing is we've got ahead of the Group 2 car, or we've stayed ahead of the Group 2 car that was behind us. He is going to be most certainly closing us down. As you can see in a straight line, he's closing us down. So I think what we need to do here is we need to use these new tyres to our advantage and get past these 2 cars ahead of us. I think that's for the lead of the race. It's going to have to be. You know, saying that, they haven't pitted yet, have they? We are in 5th, so they could be even further up the road than these 2 cars ahead. You don't know. It's just this middle section of track where we lose so much time. I spend so much time trying to gain any time back. Soaring away at the wheel there, trying to keep it steady on the track. They will be holding each other up as well. That's one thing to consider. That's the one advantage we've got here. It's the 2 cars that are fighting ahead of us. They will be holding each other up through the sections that we are quicker. The gap is currently 3.5 seconds and only 2 seconds to the car behind. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep the car behind us off of our tail for the rest of the race. It's going to be very tight. as to whether we attack the cars ahead, who seem to have basically stopped in the chicane, and whether we defend from the car behind. Right, okay, this is going to be a big one. This is the move. Oh, there's been contact in front. Looks like the Cadillac's got through on the Audi. Hold your breath, because here it comes. Whoa. Looks like we just about managed to slip ahead and stay on the track ahead of the Audi R8 going through Eau Rouge. That was tough. Okay, so he had pitted. That's the interesting thing, is the Audi has been through the pits, whereas the Cadillac still surprisingly has not. So there are some cars going very late in this race without pitting. What are we? We are currently 4th, that's 3rd ahead of us. Obviously first place still hasn't pitted, so I'm just trying to work out, are we net 2nd or are we net 1st? I don't want to let the Cadillac get too far ahead, because he is on his own. He's not going to have any other cars bothering him for a little while, so he's not going to get held up by anyone. As for the car, the Group 2 car that was following us, he is also going to have to contend with that Group 3 if he catches up to him, and if he wants to get past him before he gets to us. Now we've only 3.5 laps left on the clock. This is going to get very close, is all I'm going to say. Got Group 3 versus Group 2 versus our prototype Group 1 Mustang car here. Soaring off down the straight, thankfully, leaving the other two behind. What I really want is for the Group 3 car to kind of hold up the Group 2 for a little while, just so we can catch up to the other car ahead of us now. It doesn't look like he's made the pass yet as we get to the end of this lap. Oh, and the Cadillac is in. And the Group 3 car stays ahead of Group 4. And there we go. Right, also the Group 4 car that was in the lead is now in the pits. He left it right to the last minute, and he managed to stick it out. And oh my word, that is our net finishing position, guys. Net finishing is going to be 2nd in this race at very best. As first is the Group 3 car that has absolutely taken off into the lead now with 3 laps to go and 17 seconds in the lead. I don't think we're going to be able to make up that time difference. The only thing we can really hope for is he gets held up in a lot of traffic. Even then, 17 seconds over 3 laps is going to be a big ask. That's a lot to ask. Especially in a section where we lose so much time to the competition. I wouldn't be surprised if that gap is almost 20 seconds by the end of this race. As we run wide. We're going to have to be careful because we do have a 2-second penalty looming over our heads, and the car behind obviously does not, and he's currently staying around about 2 seconds behind us. So at the moment we are finishing 3rd. Oh, so we can't really risk any more penalties for one, but then we can't also risk losing too much time to the car behind as well. Right, so I've just been given a notification of 3 laps worth of fuel remaining. Okay, so what I really need here is I really need to pull away from the car behind. I really need that gap without getting any more penalties. Like that. Which which means our penalty time is now up to 2.5 seconds. And there just doesn't seem to be any traffic coming either. So we are going to have to really, well and truly and cleanly, get our foot down for the rest of this race and try and open up a gap of another second, maybe 1.5 seconds to be on the safe side. There we go, up Eau Rouge, nice and quick. The time gap is now just over 2 seconds. 2.2, 2.3. It's no good being 2.3 at this stage. We need it to be 2.3 at the end of the lap after we've gone through all the slow bits. Once this race is all said and done, we need that time gap to be more than, well, we need it, anything that says 3 or more is really going to help us here. I'm not worried about first anymore. What I'm worried about is staying second. This has got to be the drive of my life coming through here now. Thankfully everything seems to be working very nicely for us. The car is going well. The tyres are holding on. We are pushing it right to the very limit of what I can manage. And I hope by the end of it it's going to be enough. And it needs to be enough. So this is going to be a real push to the end now. 8 out of 10 laps completed, just coming up to the coming to the end of the 8th lap now. Keep it in track limits, we don't want any more penalties. We're right on the borderline there, as you can see. We're wrestling the wheel, we want to maximise the amount of time we gain through these last few corners. .4 the gap needs to be. 2.2 the gap currently is. With a very fast closing Group 2 car on its tail. This is where it all counts. The sun is shining on us now. Up the hill we go. Approaching 2.4 seconds the gap. The car is aching. It's struggling. But we will make it. We will make this. We need to prove to ourselves that we can do it. The time is hovering around 2.4 seconds now. The gap. Thankfully, he does have a bit of company behind him that will be keeping him busy, making sure he doesn't lose third place. Another track limits violation, but thankfully no more penalties given. But we did lose a lot of time. We have lost a lot of time here. So we estimated that we've got a lap's worth of fuel left in us. You can see just over 13% in the tank. Is that going to do one more lap of Spa-Francorchamps? I hope so. It needs to. And we do have back markers coming up. Is it too little, too late? It's telling me to pit. Everything is telling me to pull over and give this one up, but I will not give up. Not until I see the checkered flag or a blown up engine. We're 1.5 seconds the gap now. It's not enough as it stands. Can we make it enough? 10%. We've lost 3% in just that little fraction of time there. Hopefully those two catch up to these cars as well, and they do lose a little bit of time. We haven't lost any time. We've struggled up the hill there, but we haven't lost any time. I can feel the car struggling now. There's not much fuel left in it. This is going to be tough. This could be heartbreak. Have we underfueled the car? Have we underestimated how much fuel we was going to use for the rest of this race? I can't go into fuel saving mode now, that's the only problem. If I go into fuel saving mode, we lose it. The gap now 7 seconds. They've been caught in traffic. We can breathe a little bit as we get towards the end of this lap. But I have a fear in my heart that 5% is not going to be enough to get us to the end of this race. 7 seconds the gap. The car is struggling. It's straining on its last breath. Can we do it? With such little fuel remaining in the tank, can we make it 4%? That's all that remains in the tank now. All we've got to do, the gap is 8 seconds, just under 8 seconds. All we've got to do is make it to the line. We're going to coast all the way from here and hopefully not gain an advantage. Okay, so we've got a 3-second penalty. It's going to be close. Short shifting, we don't want to use many revs. 9 seconds, 10 seconds, across the line. We made it! Yes! Oh my word, we didn't even get fastest lap, I don't even care. 2:26.5, we haven't even come close to that all weekend. That is a mega impressive performance by first place in the Mercedes-AMG GT3 car. Wow. But more impressively, we managed to do it. The traffic came at just the right time. It did manage to hold up the two cars behind us. We was faster than them, just. There's some guys out there that were putting in some really, really fast lap times. As you can see, you know, 2:25s, 2:26s on the board. Those are faster laps than we've seen all weekend. It's just crazy. So there we go, all the way down to 14th. We do have quite a mix of Group 4, Group 3 and Group 2 cars. Group 3 taking the win there today. And just wow, P2 for us in the feature race. That is much better than our 8th place last weekend. What a finish to a very dramatic Spa Belgian Grand Prix. And what a finish. I'm speechless. I can't believe that. We made it with the tiniest amount of fuel left on board. The back markers coming at just the right time to create just enough of a gap that we didn't lose our second place position to the cars behind, and the Group 2 did get through in the end as well. I fear had that race gone on for another 5 laps, we would have been 4th, 5th, you know, maybe even just 3rd or 4th. But we did it. P2. Rock on. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for watching what has been an absolutely thrilling race at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium here for the AXLE Racing Forza Fantasy Racing League here in the GT class in the Ford Mustang GT Road to Racing car. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time out for the next round. of AXLE Racing's Fantasy Forza Racing League. See you then. Bye bye.